Here is Brian with a translation of The Drops of Inspiration by Ricardo Melo with the theme, Make the Difference Where You Are. Hello, my dear friends. Very good morning. Simple gestures make our lives much happier. Is it or is it not? I'll ask your permission to tell two stories quickly to illustrate what I mean. Today is a very interesting day, for me at least. Yesterday afternoon I wrote the letter to Santa with my daughter. She's 4 years old and a great teacher to me. I learn a lot from her, that she is one of the great spiritual masters that the Lord of life has placed in my way. I think every parent and mother who watches your children certainly have the same vision, because we learn so much from them. She is quite interesting because she is very direct with the things she wants. And yesterday, just as I was writing the letter to Santa, she said, "Tell him what I want." I say, "You write." That's simple. Command who can, obey who has judgment, right? And I started to write. I said, "But my daughter, it is not so. We have to ask first how Santa is." She looked anxiously at me, and I was writing, "Dear Santa, good morning. How are you? All right?" And she said, "Now I can tell you what I want." I said, "Calm down. Now we have to know if it's okay with him." I know this whole process was an exercise in patience, because she was looking at me. "What time are we going to tell you what I want, my God?" And then the time has come. She said the things she wanted from Santa, and in the end I explained to her like this. "Look, we are going to tell Santa to stay with God. He works hard, daughter. He helps a lot of kids. So I do not know if he'll be able to bring all these toys. Maybe he'll bring one and we'll thank him if he brings it. Is it not?" She looked at me a little annoyed, but she was happy. So what did we do? We went to the mailbox to put the letter inside. She was sure that Santa would pass to pick up the letter inside the mailbox. Well, it's been now about 2 hours, and I've seen how important that really was for her. Then she asked me, "Dad, did Santa get our letter?" I said, "Daughter, I do not know. Sunday Santa rests a little. Maybe he'll just come in tomorrow." Summary of the story. Today, I woke up at dawn because of a trip. It's raining a lot where I live, but no problem. With all the courage, I went to the mailbox earlier and picked up the letter because I know she is going to wake up and go take a look there to see if Santa has passed. I'm sure that for her, that simple gesture is going to make a huge difference. My surprise was to see the good that made me to be part of the whole process, and I felt great joy for it. I still recorded a video for her to watch when she wakes up. One time, when she wakes up, I will not be there to talk. "Daughter, Santa came by and I met him." Which is not a lie, is it? He sent you a kiss, which is also not a lie. And he said that he's watching whether you're well behaving or not, which is also not a lie. Story summary. Simple gestures make a difference so great in other people's lives. But it's not just in other people's lives. Other great spiritual teachers who teach me a lot are my dogs. Especially one of them who has been living close to us for one more time. Of all the dogs that our family has, it is the one that has been with us for a long time. She loves to play, running with her toys, and, oddly enough, several times when I'm hurrying out she looks at me, and she shakes her tail, jumps up, and I know what she wants. She wants me to just take her toy and throw it to her to run and get it. If I do it about 3 times, I do not spend 2 minutes. It's incredible. One day I almost timed. She's in a happiness. Shake your tail, be happy. And it is as if it could say later, when it calms down, "Thank you for having played with me," and how many times thinking of hurrying out I said, "When I come back, I'll play with her." Then I said, "No, I will not do it any more." Do you know why? Because life passes very quickly, and we sometimes do not realize how simple gestures can make a difference in the lives of all beings around us. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling personal stories here. It's a simple thing, foolish even to the listener. But it's so important to me because I know how it makes me feel good when I realize not to listen to my selfishness, when I can transcend my inner difficulties, my haste to pay attention to who I love. So pay attention to it today. How many people are around you, family, co-workers? It is an endless amount of possibilities. Are they going to be happy if you make a call to them? I'm serious. Perhaps an unexpected visit, an invitation to a lunch, an email, a WhatsApp message. But try to be informal. Try not to be formal. Try to touch the heart. Because sometimes I realize many people who make these gestures just to say, "I have done my duty." Do you know what I mean? And they forget that the gospel speaks of the power of simple things. You know, when I meet people who knew Chico Xavier, this being of so much light between us. Each one is telling a story of him. I always like to share this with you. These are stories that biographies do not tell because they were special moments that each of these people had with Chico himself. I remember all of them talking about Chico's singleness, from remembering your name to extremely simple questions. But because of this simplicity, the serene embrace, from that thoughtful look, from a friendly word made a difference. And many of these people who were with Chico only once, but they never forgot. As a legitimate disciple of Jesus, his remarkable and generous presence made the souls of these people extremely happy. I do not know if it's a name thing, but since I don't know so many people who know directly the Pope Francisco, what I have heard of people in which I had great confidence, that this example repeats itself, also with this great spiritual leader. And so it has to be, because who loves has to leave of itself to pay attention in who is around you. At least we need to start to strive to get out of our centralism, out of selfishness. So the pill of the gospel today invites you to work gestures of simplicity that at first you will make a difference in the lives of others, people or other beings. Suddenly you will find out that these gestures are going to cure you, will make a difference in your life. You know that the best way to overcome loneliness, sadness, and anguish is exactly helping other people to feel accompanied, happier, and much happier. After all, it is giving that one receives. Think about it, okay? Share the drops of inspiration with your contacts. Let's spread light and peace. Gratitude, my dear friends. Stay with God.